Hey guys, Surface Geeks Podcast. What episode is this? I don't know. Let's find out. Hey, give me a sound check, video check, if you guys don't mind. Surface Geeks 73? Could it be 73? It could. It is. It are. Wow. I got a lot of stuff open. That email is it. I got your email on Case Crown, but it did not. There's nothing in it. It's blank. It's a blank email. Send it to my Gmail, Mister. Where is that? Good, good. Thank you. I'm glad everybody can hear it. Make sure everything is ready to record. Oh yes, here. Wow, it's hot. I just got a brand new cup of coffee. You sent another one. I know. I got the other one. It's not there. Let me reply, and you'll see how it's blank. Send to here. A real email address. So send it to that. I'll delete that. Delete that. So I'm trying to keep my inbox clean. Okay. I emailed it. I'll text it to you. So sorry, YouTube. We're just excuse me. I'm just burping into your mic. That's what I'm doing. Making sure we're getting everything set up. I need to repurchase Tweetium. I don't have Tweetium Pro anymore. I've let my subscription lapse. I'm a bad person. I should because I have some credit in the App Store. So I will do that. I like to pay for things. Tweetium. It's good stuff. Tweetium. All right. So got Surface 520, 630, BitLocker, Heat, August, RT, Meetup, and accessories. Okay. You guys ready? Surface Geeks? Oh, I'll try not to slurp on you, but that coffee's hot. I like it, but it's hot. Okay, there's a link. We'll copy that, put it in show notes. Bags, Dwayne, bag, laptop bag. All right, I like it. Very good, very good. All right, you ready? I don't have to ask anybody if anybody else is ready. I used it for Pro. I use it for everything. Tweetium, everything. Oatmeal stout. Ryan Noob. No coffee. It's decaf. So I moved to decaf on request of my physician. No more caffeine. I do caffeine during the day. I can't quite cut it out. Ready? This is a Surface Geeks podcast recorded on August 13th, 2014. It's episode number 73. It might be the episode. Well, I'll just tell you about that here in a minute. I don't want to give that away. Hey, I'm by myself, so if sometimes I feel like I'm talking to myself, I kind of am. I'm talking to myself. So I am the Surface Geek, and this is Surface Geeks podcast, episode number 73. Hey, if you want to know when we're broadcasting, we, as in me and myself and I, Surface Geeks on Twitter. Please follow twitter.com/surfacegeeks. I'll let you know when I'm going to be late. And so I'm going to be late about every Wednesday evening, and that's when I do the podcast. And also get out there in the forums, surfacegeeks.net or .com/forums. And it's a great group of guys out there talking Windows Phone, Surface, talking about the artistry, working with Surface Pro 3. And it's a really fun time. And also you get deals. You're going to get alerts to deals, especially if you subscribe to the deal section. This week I found a $100 off coupon to Staples has it for, I said for Surface Pro 3, but it's actually for any laptop $499 and up, which includes the Core i3 Surface Pro 3, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But also, someone posted in the forums today, I believe it was Skoondoggy, that he found the Lumia 520. Let me see how much that. I think it was $39.95. So it actually, by the time I looked at it, it went up. It was $39.99. So there you have it. I apologize for not getting with you on the podcast in the last couple of weeks. I have been traveling. Upon my travels, I brought back a enormous head cold and a bug, and I still have that today. Throat lozenges and hot coffee should get me through the evening. So I hope that you'll forgive me about the lapse in the podcast. I know it's been like 3 or 4 weeks, but. So we'll keep going, and if you have something Surface related to share, and you would like to share that on the podcast, let me know. Actually, go by an email address, podcast@homeservershow.com. That's the best way to get in touch with me, and we can talk anything about that. Or you just go to the forums there at surfacegeeks.net and drop me a message. Okay. So today I've got my list, and I'm going to be talking. Today is like accessory day. I've been compiling this list of accessories, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I use and some things that we've been talking about. Now, this is kind of timely because about the time that I started gathering my list is the guys in the forums started talking about accessories. So perfect. So I'm ripping off the forums about what they're talking about. And I'm also going to share what Surface MVPs carry their Surface Pro 3 in. And not only MVPs, but Microsoft employees. I've got 3 bags to share with you, and a couple of Surface MVPs have shared those with me, and I'm going to share those with you, and you know what these guys are carrying their Surface Pro 3s in. So we're going to be talking about accessories. So again, let's get started. And in the news, Lumia 520 for $39.99. I think they're going to sell these. They're going to quickly run through their stock. the 520 and the 521 because I've got the nice looking Lumia 630. Now, I was at the Microsoft Store today with a friend of the podcast, Dwayne27. He's in the chat room, and I jokingly call him Firestarter because he was at the last meetup, which you should think about attending. And I got the fire department involved, and yeah, it was quite the mess. But I got to play with the 630. Now, this is really the first time I've seen it. I've clicked on it. I've read the reviews. I know everything about it, but I never really just kind of stopped and held it. And I really thought it was cool. It's quite the step up from the 520 and the 521. So I don't know if you guys are 520 people, you might want to go look at 630. It's really, really nice. So I hesitated in getting one. It was $99, but you got a free color back for it. I guess it comes in plain black, and if you buy it now, you get a free color back. So I would like it to get. Excuse me. Hi, am I tiring you out? I'm yawning myself. I would like the price to drop just a little bit more. If anybody wants to tell Microsoft and Amazon and the store just to drop it just a little bit so I can have a play device. That would be very cool. So, also in the store, I was taking a look at home automation gear, and man, I was this close to buying a $199 Insteon home automation package, which I still want. I still have an idea what I want to use this package for, but I'm really into the home automation stuff, and you can be too at homeautomationforums.com if you would like to check that out. And someday soon, hopefully, I'm going to have single sign-on working with the forums and with homeservershow.com, homeautomationforums.com, and surfacegeeks.net. So I hope to have a single sign-on someday so you can participate in all those forums. If you're a mobile device fan, Windows Phone, Android, and iPhone, there's an app called Tapatalk. It sounds funny, Tapatalk. Tapatalk. And you can load all those forums into your phone, have it log in, and you can participate. You can get notifications. It's really kind of cool. So if you're a mobile fan, you definitely need to be doing that. So I'm going to stay away from the Microsoft Store because it's way too tempting. I found a little laptop I liked. We were working on I think it was an HP desktop all-in-one. I liked it. So it's a very dangerous thing for me to get out there into that store. So Microsoft, if you're listening, I'm staying away just because I like the store. So I'm trying to save my money for the meetup that's coming up. So you hear me talking about meetup, and I can't remember if I have the link in the forums or not, but I'll get the link in the show notes of this podcast. Meetup 2014 is going to happen September 20th, Indianapolis. If you're anywhere near this area, you need to be attending. It is a fantastic get-together of all the guys from Home Server Show, a lot of Surface Geeks. We have some Microsoft employees attending. It's a really cool, really fun time just to get together and geek out. And there's a $20 fee that pays for your lunch and your breakfast. And I encourage you to come. I limit the seating to 55. We already have 30 attendees. So there's a little over half sold. So you probably should get boogieing on that and get your spot reserved. It's at Eventbrite. It's private. It's a private invite, so I'll have to put this in the show notes so you can see it. Otherwise, it's all over homeservershow.com if you want to go there and look at the forums there. And sure, chat room. I'll say yes to that. So please, if you have any questions about Meetup, just let me know. Podcast at homeservershow.com, and you can just ask me questions. I'm also taking reservations for table space and presentations. So if you'd like to make a presentation or you need table space to display your gear. What we do is a lot of people bring their own stuff. They show it. HTPCs, servers. Everybody brings their Windows phones, their tablets. It's a great time. It's a great time to get together, and it's a great venue. It's fun. You guys should come. It's worth it. We have guys traveling from. We've had people from Atlanta, Denver, Alabama, New York, Boston, Texas. No, Boston, Mass. It's a road trip quote. But people fly in from all over. We've got guys that are kind of doing some ferries back and forth on to the airport. So if you want to rent a car with some other guys, you can do that, or you can try to get a ride. There's a couple of guys driving in. Jim's going to be driving in, Jim Collison from Home Server Show and The Average Guy. He's driving in, and we got some guys coming in from the north, from the Minnesota, Chicago area, so they're coming down. You could possibly get some rides, and that conversation is in the HomeServerShow.com forums, and you can talk to the guys about getting a ride. So I've had a head cold this whole week, and my voice is not quite up to snuff. So I'm drinking coffee. So the pause is me. I'm by myself. I started podcasting by myself, Home Server Show back in 2008, and I figure why not go back and be the Surface Geek that you guys are. You guys are completely Surface Geeks. Don't try to deny it. And so we're kind of going back to my roots here and just kind of podcasting by myself for a while. Plus, I like to talk. I don't like to really listen to myself talk, but I do like to chat. Okay, so I want to talk to you about if you haven't heard, it's all over the SurfaceGeeks.net forums. I had to return my Surface Pro 3. Yes, I did. I got it as my Surface Pro 2 desktop replacement, and it wasn't working for me. I'm completely convinced that my machine, excuse me, the coffee, was not quite up to snuff. Even though I have gotten a lot of email from other folks saying, yeah, Dave, mine overheats, or mine clocks down as well. I think mine was on the extreme list because it really affected my video. It affected the way I did the podcast. So I was 30 days in, and exactly 30 days, and I felt that I spent $1,500 on the device. I wasn't very happy, so I need to return it. Because I buy my stuff. I did get a review device, and I sent it back as promised, like I said I would. And I buy my stuff. I do. I buy my stuff because if I wouldn't buy it, if I can't buy it, I can't recommend it. So if I got everything for free, then you're not going to trust me. So I've been getting a lot of email, and a lot of you guys are saying, yeah, Dave, I'm in the same boat. Maybe I'm going to stick with my Surface Pro 2. A lot of you guys are saying, hey, I got Surface Pro 3. I'm fine. It's just fine for what I do. And I'm completely happy with that. Completely happy with that. And I hope you are. I hope everybody who's buying the Surface Pro 3 is happy with it, and it's working out to what they want it to be. As a desktop replacement for me, it just wasn't working. It just wasn't working. So a couple of days ago, I got an email from the Microsoft Store, and they said your payment method for your Surface Pro 3 dock did not work. I'm like, crap. I forgot to. I didn't forget. I didn't really forget. That would be a lie. I didn't cancel the dock because I want to see the dock. And Surface Pro 3, because I had Surface Pro 2, I had the dock, I had everything. Psst, gone. Sold it. Gone. So I went back out there, and I threw in my, for whatever reason, I did it with PayPal. and it failed in the Microsoft Store, and it kicked it back. So I assume that they had my dock, they were ready to ship it, and they charged, and it failed for PayPal for whatever reason. So now I gotta wait. God knows how long. I'm probably not gonna get it for weeks, but I could have been one of the first ones to get it, but no, PayPal kind of screwed me. So I threw out my credit card out there, and we'll see if it gets charged and gets shipped. Hopefully, it'll get to me rather soon. I'm telling you, I'm getting emails, and I've got this one guy. I'm gonna leave him unnamed. He keeps sending me videos, YouTube videos, and I'm gonna put some of these links out in the show notes for you to look at. And it's guys that are just doing testing with Surface Pro 3. And this one guy put a huge box fan on the back of his Surface, and it's just blowing air on the case. It's just blowing on the case, and it's keeping it not necessarily cooler, but it's allowing the Surface to dissipate heat and keep that processor running. It's really cool to see that. It's really cool to see the fan kick on, the box fan kick on, and blow across this surface, and the CPU temperature rises. Because it's like, oh, I can cool myself. I'm kicking it into high gear now. I thought that was really cool. Technology, so even when it doesn't work the way you want it to, it's still cool. I still geek out on some of this stuff. I thought it was very cool. So I'm going to put some of those links in the show notes for you. There was a recent update. I don't know if you guys got your updates. I'm sure you did. It seems like Surface owners, you pay attention to Release Tuesday, and you follow the news and the updates. So I've got a link for you, and it's Surface Pro 3 update history, and it gives you all the updates and the history of the updates for Surface Pro 3. Now this last one didn't address anything, as far as I know, that affected my device. It had Ethernet adapter update. It did something with the live cam, improving the power consumption during video chat, Skype, and who knows? That may be addressed to me. That may be part of my issues. I don't know. Surface Pro System Aggregator firmware improves support for the Surface power cover, enhances overall system stability. Not sure the Surface power cover, how that's working out, but that was the update that happened. I don't know if you're using the power cover with your Pro 3. Please let me know if you're getting funny looks. Have that little bit cover on that big Surface Pro 3. Are you guys using that? 20-inch box fan. It was a huge box fan on the video. I'll put it in the show notes. You guys can see it for yourself. So I release my article. I return my Surface Pro 3. Well, of course, Microsoft knocks. They knock on the door, say, Dave, hey, MVP, we're just kind of checking in to see, what you were running into. And so I gave the Surface engineering team my complete rundown of what I was doing. I don't know if I talked enough software with these guys, but how I was using my software and what I had loaded all at the same time. But so they know everything that I was using, and I've got a crazy desktop area. I mean, it's pretty crazy. I must admit, it's pretty crazy. The way I'm using USB, and I was using this thing. I was hammering it pretty hard. So they really wanted to know what was going on. And somebody else emailed me and said, "Hey, Dave, are you worried that they're going to capture your device?" And by capture my device, I mean, someone from Microsoft calling that store and saying, you just had a return set that thing aside and mail it to us. Well, I would be surprised if they didn't, Mr. Emailer. I can't get back to all these emails, because I want to type out the story. It's so much better if you just ask me in the forums. That way we can just discuss it. But I get a lot of email. That's fine. Yeah, I get a lot of email. That's fine. A lot of it PMs, and I try to answer everything, but I just some of it I save for the podcast. Do you think they captured it? I'm pretty sure they captured it, which kind of freaks me out, kind of creeps me out. I kind of thought maybe they're going to do this. So I don't know if it helped any, but I did the wipe, right? So I did the wipe, and I loaded it back up. I didn't put a password in it, and let it boot in, do its updates, and then I re-wiped it. So hopefully. I'm going to talk about the Surface Pro dock by Ronimo. We're going to be talking about that, and we're going to be talking about accessories. I've got some ideas for you guys in accessories. So we're participating. I'm talking to the chat room right now if you're listening to audio. So the chat room is asking some questions. Please join us on the live podcast, and let's talk about that. So we've covered the return. We've covered Microsoft getting in touch with me, seeing what in the heck I'm doing to my Surface Pro 3. I'm not baking it in an oven or anything. It really was getting hot. I've got, of course, I don't know if I showed you guys this. I've got my little temperature stick where I play around with temperatures, and I still have no Surface Pro whatsoever. I sold the 2. I don't have a 3. I don't have a keyboard. I have nothing. The dock is on the way, I assume. So I want to make sure that I can review the dock for you. Now, the interesting thing is August 1st rolls around, and the i7 is released, and the i3 is released. Well, I've always known that the i7 is probably not for me. That's probably a little too much power. And, excuse me, the videos and the reviews that I'm finding out there is it's a decent box. I thought there were going to be issues with that i7. That's a lot of processor inside that little bitty space, but obviously it's handling it well. Now it's still throttling for speed. It's still throttling when it gets hot, and when the case gets hot and everything inside is getting warm. It does throttle down, and it does throttle down the video too. So you gamers, you're losing FPS on it. Most people don't complain about this. Most folks, it's perfect. You're using it for Office. You're not compiling audio and video like I was doing and trying to push out HD video to several different places, record the video, and do all these things at the same time. I just beat the heck out of my stuff. So yeah, people are asking me in chat, how do you review the dock without a Surface Pro? Okay, so everybody's asked. I gave you the coupon code, didn't I? $4.99 and up at Staples.com or in the store. You can get $100 off anything, a laptop over $4.99. And I'm trying to read chat at the same time. So I was online. I paid for the dock, and I'm thinking, wow, I just bought a Surface Pro 3 dock, and I have nothing. I want to review this thing, and I have nothing to show for it. And I've been jonesing for a laptop. So my internal thinking is like, should I wait for Broadwell and to see if that improves my desktop replacement experience any? Or should I wait for MVP Summit and get whatever is on the way, for MVPs? Sometimes they give you a little credit at the store. That's your thanks for being an MVP. They give you a little credit. They don't just give things away. They're not giving away Surfaces, but maybe they'll, cut a couple $100 off to entice you to buy it as a thank you. And I was like, no, there's $100 off. That's practically the type cover, right? Surface Pro 3 type cover is $129. It's practically the cover. So I went online. Yes, I went online, staples.com, and I bought the i3. I bought the i3, and I'm excited about it. I think the i3 is going to fit me well. I think that it's going to be my laptop. It's going to be my laptop. Somebody's texting me, and it's going to ship. I think 2 business days. I think it said 2 business days. They didn't have any in stock. On the way home from the Microsoft store, I was flipping at stoplights. I was checking stock on this thing. So I finally did it. I knew I was going to get it. But I hope Microsoft's not mad at me for returning the i5 and going with the i3. I think this is a good fit for me. I would rather it be a desktop replacement, but I still need a laptop. I still need a power device for traveling and stuff. If I need to do an FTP or do something when I'm traveling, I need a power device. I need some type of laptop, some type of full-blown Windows 8 device that I can use. So I'm very happy to be hopefully back into a Surface Pro 3. And I'll be able to review the dock, and I'm looking forward to that. One thing I did not buy was I did not buy a type cover, and I need to buy a type cover. I just don't know what color I want. I had the red. I like the red. I had the blue for the review unit, and I'm done with that color. I'm done with the blue. I like the purple. I like the red. So, what do you think? You guys can vote. I don't care. I'm thinking red again, but I also want to go to Best Buy and take a look at their blue because they've got a special blue. So, anybody has an extra one you just want to ship, I'll take care of it for you. Take care of it. All right, still on the list. Hey, we're still talking about RT got an update too. August update, RT got an update. So we got a little bit of love. I'm still running the Twitter wall with my Surface RT back here. I still use my Surface 32, and in fact, I left it downstairs because actually it's my Surface 64. It's a Surface 2 64 gig. I still use that thing. I love that thing, and we just keep it in the kitchen. And we just, anytime someone needs a device, power on, bam, you're there. Check the weather, check anything you need. The wife, she uses it for cooking, all kinds of good stuff. So I will also put in the show notes the Surface RT update history. So any update ever released for Surface RT will be in this link. A couple of cool links that you'll probably want to save, and you'll be able to get those in the show notes for this episode. We talked about Meetup 2014. That link will be in the show notes. We're going to have some giveaways. I've got a couple of guys that are sending me some Surface cases. We've talked about cases before on the show, and I'll talk about those closer to the meetup. When I get them, I'll show them to you, and we're going to give away a couple of those. I did an unboxing of not the G Watch, but a little Synology NAS box here. This is a 4-bay, and it has a couple of 1 terabyte drives in it. That's real cool. I think we're going to be reviewing this at the meetup and probably giving this away. I haven't asked Synology yet if they'll let me give this away. Usually I just do it and ask for forgiveness later. But we'll see if I can get away with that. This is, I don't know, this costs a pretty penny because it's got 4 1 terabyte drives in it, and they're 2.5s. So if you're listening on audio and you're hearing that, that's me pulling out the Toshiba 1 terabyte drives, dual Ethernet, external power supply. It's really cool little Synology, like fits in the palm of your hand. So great box. So we'll give that away. Now, Meetup is not about giveaways, but giveaways are fun. I love doing them, and they're fun to do. So I'm gonna check chat real quick, and the guys are talking to me about type cover. So someone can give me a discount on a type cover. I'll definitely take that. Love that. I hope you guys will be at Meetup. Let's talk about accessories. So this is the accessory show, and here's the thing. You guys know more about these accessories than I do because you're out there in the forums talking about them and buying them. So there's some accessory chat in the forums. I'll try to find that and put that link in show notes, and we'll be able to talk about those more because you guys are ultimately the ones that are the best reviewers, and that's why we have the forums. But here was the thing I was thinking back when I had the i5 Surface Pro 3. I needed a second power supply because when I had the Pro 2, when you buy a dock, it comes with its own power supply. So that's the coolest thing in the world. Is you got that dock sitting on your desk. It's got a power supply. You can zip tie that thing to your desk, you know, and clean up the power cords and stuff. You never have to move it. So what that does is that frees up the power supply that came with your Surface. So you don't have to leave that in your office at your desk. You can put that somewhere else. Now for me, that kind of went into my kitchen area. So I would undock the Surface and take it downstairs and plug it in when I needed power. So that was the cool thing. So it got me to thinking. I looked up the power supply stuff here. So the dock costs $199. Yeah, that's a bit of money, but it comes with a 48-watt power supply. The Surface Pro 3 comes with a 36-watt. Now, if you're thinking of getting a second power supply for the Surface Pro 3, you would pay $80. $80, and you would get a second 36-watt power supply. But if you do it this way, my way, the dock way, you're going to get a beefier power supply for your desk for just a couple more dollars. Yeah, okay, $120. So, but if you step up to $200, you're going to get the dock and the power supply. Not a bad deal. You use the power supply with the dock at your desk and put the supply that came with the Surface Pro 3 wherever, you know, else that you find yourself. Maybe it's in the living room. You got it somewhere where you can put it and people can get to it. Where you put it, maybe it's your bedside. Who knows? And for me, it's the kitchen. Just it's in the focal point of the whole house, and bam. So that's my tip on power supplies. $199 for the dock, and I think those are shipping. I don't know if they're in stores. We should have beat those guys up when I was at the Microsoft store today to ask them if they had the dock, but they're out there. I had an email today that someone got notified of their Surface Pro 3 dock shipped, so that's cool. So if you got one, hit the forums, let us know what you think. Type covers. I mean, you have to have a type cover. There's just I don't know how you use this thing. I mean, it's great. It's a tablet. Great. It's a 12-inch tablet with a cool pin. I do not know how you use it without a type cover. I can't. I could not. There's no way I can use that. I can type on the phone. I can type on a 7-inch or an 8-inch mini tablet. I do not like typing on the big tablets. Check and chat. Okay. Type cover. You got to have it. It's $129. Just talked about it. You got cool selection of colors, whatever you want to get. Ethernet adapter, $40. That's the official Microsoft one. Again, if you want this for your desk, let's say you're thinking, man, I'm going to get an extra power supply for my desk and Ethernet adapter. Or just get the dock because it's got it all in there. and it's got a lot of extra USBs in it. Just get the dock. If you need to be portable with the Ethernet adapter, I understand. You pick it up, buy it, get it. But if you're just thinking about plugging in at your desk so you can do transfers, just get it. The other thing is, here's one thing I toiled with going back to the i3, a Surface Pro i3, and I'm holding up. It's a SanDisk Ultra 64 gig chip. I'm going to be using this bad boy. I may even, I haven't tried this before in a Surface, but move my user folders over to this storage. The i3, it only has 64 gigs. Yeah, it's a little slower. 4 gigs of RAM. 64 gig storage. Yeah, I know it's smaller, but I plan on using Office 365 and that little chip, 64 gig SD, micro SD. I said that I've got cases on the way for Meetup. I've never been a big fan of encasing my Surface in like a folio, right? Like, it's already got a kickstand. It's already got a type cover that protects the screen. Yeah, I get it. Some of you guys like to wrap it in leather and stuff. That's fine. I've never been a big fan. Never been a big fan. What I like, though, is a sleeve. So find a sleeve. You can slip your Surface Pro 3 right inside of it. It's protected from minor bumps, spills. I still wouldn't drop it, but what it's great for is just sliding into your backpack. That's what it's good for. Sliding into your travel bag. It's great. Sleeves. Love sleeves. You can get them cheap on Amazon. I'm not a big fan of screen protectors. I think they're intrusive. I don't like them. They've come a long way. I agree, but I really don't like them. You always see the guy with a phone or a tablet or something, and he's got a screen protector on it, and all the sides are curling up, and it's just the ugliest, hideous thing. Or the guy with the big bubbles in the middle of his screen, and he's always flipping with them. He's always pushing them, trying to get them to go to the side. That air bubble's never going away. Just toss it. Just pull it off, toss it. I just want to just grab them and say, dude, replace that. I'll give you $1. Just replace it, you cheapo. Screen protectors. Screen protectors are for iPhone people. Okay? Screen protectors are for iPhone holders, and they're for when you drop the screen and the glass breaks, it holds the phone together. That's what screen protectors are for. Otherwise, I don't bother with them. I don't bother with them. I didn't bring the mouse with me. I've got the Surface Travel Mouse, and shoot, I didn't bring it with me. I've got it in my closet. I like the Surface Travel Mouse. It's I don't even know the right words for it. It's flat, and you fold it and click, and Bluetooth comes on. It's a Bluetooth mouse. Big fan of that. They've got a Surface Edition that's completely black. You don't have to buy that one. It says Surface on it, but you can, I guess, save $20 and get the other mouse, and it's just fine. So somebody in chat will correct me on that, on the correct one. I use a mini DisplayPort to HDMI cable. Now, this thing is not expensive whatsoever. It's like $12 on Amazon. I'll give you the link of the exact cable that I was using on my Surface Pro 2, and it's 10 feet mini DisplayPort to HDMI. So if you've got a monitor that's HDMI and you want to use that, your Surface Pro 2 and your Surface Pro 3 has a mini DisplayPort on it. Now, this does not have the contours of the Surface. You know, Surface has it's a little beveled edge. It doesn't have that. You can always whittle off some of that plastic if it's not working. What I did was I just marked the front. so I wouldn't stick it in backwards and nothing happens. So I just marked the front of the cable so I know exactly what that was. I use an LG 27-inch monitor. It's a cheap 1080p monitor. It's not cheap. I mean, it's a better 1080p monitor, but it's definitely not a 4K monitor. It's not anything to write home about. It's not. It's IPS, so it's got an awesome display. It's just not. Oh, excuse me. I'm boring you again. I'm sorry. It's just not a super high resolution monitor. Actually, I have two of these. I'm saving one for my new Surface Pro 3 dock and my new Core i3 Surface Pro 3. Hopefully, hopefully the i3 will arrive first. I think it will in 2 business days, and I hope the dock will be here soon so we can podcast about that. If you're on video, I have this thing called a pluggable USB 3 docking station. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with this thing. I love it because it has a USB 3 connector. That was my phone. And that USB 3 cable connects to your Surface Pro 3. And then that gives you a couple of USB 3s in the front, headphones, mic, and it also gives you Ethernet, USB, and a video port. Now this video port is DisplayLink. If you don't know about DisplayLink, it's a driver-based USB to video system. So it's not like native video card like coming out the back of your PC. It's not native like the mini DisplayPort on the Surface Pro 3. It's, I don't want to say a proprietary system, but it's a driver-based system that can sometimes be cantankerous. Now, a lot of you guys use it, and I'm going to tell you it's not going to be my first recommendation, even though I've used it. The screens driven by DisplayLink, first of all, let me say that just installing the DisplayLink drivers can make your system fussy. It just can. It can make your system fussy, especially when you're plugging and unplugging. So sometimes you just never know what's going to happen. I understand why you use it. I understand why I use it, because DisplayPort monitors are expensive. Holy crap, they're expensive. I told the Surface team, I need an HDMI port on mine. Yeah, I know, and I shared the cable with you, DisplayPort to HDMI. But DisplayPort monitors, if you can't afford one, you're never going to be able to afford two that can daisy chain. And this Surface Pro 3 supports daisy chaining, one monitor to another, but the monitors have to support that as well. It's expensive crap. I mean, you're a pro's pro if you're buying stuff like that. You're 4K. You're doing some heavy duty stuff if you're doing that. So the poor man's device is this this pluggable USB 3 device, and it works. It works, and what I use it for, and what I tell people for, is to use it with is for like secondary display, tertiary display, for reading, static display. If you want to put your Tweetium window over there, your Twitter website, whatever you want to do, just something that you don't want doing a lot of work, it's perfect. It's perfect. I've also used just straight USB to video to HDMI display adapter. I don't have that with me, but can also use, if you don't want to pony up for the cables, you can use a little D sub to HDMI adapter, and you can use that actually right on there and go straight to HDMI. I've got all kinds of stuff laying around. I almost said crap. But all kinds of stuff laying around to do all this stuff, and I've tried it all, and it's okay. It's okay. There's a little delay. It's not horrible. It's not horrible. The Surface recognizes it. It drives it, and you can mouse across all three screens. Right across all three screens. In fact, I've moused across all three screens and used a program to mouse across to my Mac, and I can get over to the Mac. The base is weighted. It looks like it could topple over easily, and it does. I knock it over all the time. But once you put a cable or two on it, it's there for good. And excuse me, I'm looking at 227s, and I wedge it in between 227s. So I have this sticking right beside. So the monitor would be here, and I have it right like that. So it's just sticking right out. So I don't have the two bezels close to each other of the monitors. It's just right next to each other like that. It works. It works well. It's like they start at $100, and they got more features for even more money. But yeah, it's got heft to it. It's heft to it. So it will stand up on your desk just fine. And it's got Ethernet on it if you need Ethernet. You can use this without getting the dock if you have to. I would recommend getting the dock. I would get the dock. It comes with an external power supply. What I was doing is I was docking the Surface Pro 2, and I was using this thing to get the extra USBs. Because I'm using multiple cameras. And this is podcasting, guys. I know a lot of people don't do this. Multiple cameras. I have a printer. I have a USB microphone. This microphone you're seeing here runs out to a USB adapter. And you always want to have one USB free, right? In case you want to put an SD card in there or something, hook up your phone. So you always have to have something free. And Lord knows what else I have. Tons of other stuff that I plug into this. So, guys in chat are talking about monitors and having a good time. So yeah, the live chat on the podcast is great. So a lot of good information. You guys take that information, put it in the forums. Everything you're talking about. Make sure I hope all you guys are members of the forum. So surfacegeeks.net/forums. So I want to end up on accessories and talk about bags. Now I told you in the top of the podcast that I get to talk with other MVPs, and I also get to talk with other Surface MVPs, and I found a couple of bags that these guys recommend, so I thought I would share them with you. I didn't tell these guys that I was going to single them out. I won't single them out by name. But there are a couple of messenger bags that they are recommending. And Strotter.com, STROTTER.com. Click the messenger bag link, and there is a messenger bag. It says it's for iPad, but it works just fine with the Surface Pro 3. Now, this one is this is the bag for the man that has all the bags he's ever needed. This thing's expensive. It's $175. It's like, whoa. If you're buying this, you better make sure you clear this through the CFO, your wife, or your girlfriend. It's expensive. It's expensive for a bag. I don't know if I could do it. I definitely wouldn't get away with it if I did. But it's a good-looking bag. So there's another one. So if you can't afford that one, there's another one, and I'm trying to bring up the link. It's called a sidecar. This one's $40. Supposedly super lightweight and very cool. So I'll put this link out. I'll throw that link out there real quick for the sidecar, and then so the guys in chat can see these bags as well. So all these bags will be in the links. Now, Dwayne27 in the forums is talking about Surface Pro and RT laptop bag. So this goes all the way back to March when he was looking for a bag, and it's got tons of cool pictures of this bag, and it's on Amazon. So I'm going to throw that link in chat if I can find the chat. And what is this thing called? It is called. Let me click the Amazon link here before you go away. Case Crown horizontal mobile messenger bag, and it actually says for Microsoft Surface Pro. They have a vertical as well. So that the horizontal bag is $35. Let me click on the vertical. The vertical is $40. So you can pick your orientation, and actually you can pick your color. So there's purple. Yikes. Oh, I like the brown. Horizontal brown 2 is only $27.44. You got to get horizontal brown 2. So horizontal brown is $41. Horizontal brown 2 is only $27.44. If you don't have Amazon Prime, consider going to surfacegeeks.net/Amazon. Sign up for Prime. You can get this thing overnighted and actually partake of Surface bag goodness as quick as humanly possible with Amazon Prime. And I just got another link in the chat room coming soon. The Medina collection. Oh, these are some bags that it's going to cost you some money. Actually, these aren't too bad. Sleeves, briefs, bags. I will throw this link. It's brenthaven.com. I will throw that link in the show notes as well. All right, chat room. I'm done. I'm through my list. And I'm 52 minutes. I've done 52 minutes of talking all by myself. It's probably the worst podcast ever, but I hope that you've enjoyed it. I did have to catch up. I did have to talk about the return and the eventual repurchase. There was going to be a repurchase show at some time. I knew it. You knew it. Don't kid me. You knew it was going to happen. I can't go very long without a laptop. That's just the nature of the business. I like to do outside things and have a laptop. So I needed something to take to Summit. I have to have something to take to CES, and so that's just how it is. Razz me all you want. All you emailers, just razz me in the forums. This is the official. I just repurchased the Surface Pro 3 episode. Actually, it's Surface Geeks 73. I appreciate you guys being out there in live chat. I appreciate you downloading the podcast and all that good stuff. I'm a forums guy. I always talk about the forums. I'm gonna at the end of the show. You've listened this long. I'm gonna talk to you about something new I've started, and I've got some good help out there. John Wiskowski's helping me quite a bit, and this is a new forum. I've started HomeServerShow.com. We do servers, virtualization, all that kind of good stuff. Home media. Surface Geeks. We talk tablets and phones. HomeAutomationForums.com. We talk home automation. We talk Insteon. We talk all the platforms that they work on. SmartThings, Iris, Lowe's Iris. I got a demo of the Lowe's Iris system today, and I was blown away. I was literally blown away. So I talked about that already in homeautomationforums.com. You should join that one. I have a new one. So I've started. I know you guys are Windows Phone fans, but I've bought an LG G Watch. It's Android Wear, and so we're starting smartwearforums.com. Now, what I honestly hope before the end of the year, Microsoft will give us something on their platform that is smart, that is wearable, that is intelligent, that we can talk about, that we can use. And I hope that they come out with something very cool. But I'm wearing the LG, and I like it. I really do like it. You can get my thoughts on that. You can get everybody's thoughts on mobile. We're talking about the OnePlus One phone out there on mobile. So it's a forum for smartwear, for fitness wear, and it's a forum for mobile. That's what it's going to be. So we got 4 forums right now. And what I'm working on behind the scenes is for you to have one ID, one login ID, and use all those forums. All those forums. So check them out. homeautomationforums.com, smartwearforums.com, Home Server Show, Surface Geeks. If you make your user ID all the same in all of them, then one day, boom, it'll all just work. It'll all just work. You can sign in one place. All right, guys, that's been 73. Thanks for sticking with me for 73 episodes. I know some of you guys have. Some of you guys are new. And hey, we're going to see you out in the forums. Good night. Thanks, chat room. Oh, my voice is tired. Tired, I tell you. You don't need the 1+1, Dwayne. You're a Windows guy. You would get shot. Thanks, Final Freak. Oh, what time is it? 11:08. Nah, I know. We all knew I was going to get a Surface. It's hard to live without them. It's hard enough living without a Pro 2. And then when you touch the Pro 3, the big thing was just like, man, should I wait? I probably should wait. I was like, oh, I can't wait. I'm going to get that i3. You got $100 off. $100 off. That's a good deal. That's a good deal. I have toys, man. I've got a Dell sitting over there that I don't use. I need somebody to buy that thing. A Pro 11. It's a Core i5. Somebody needs to buy that. It's got a keyboard. It's got a battery in the keyboard. Thing runs forever. Dun, dun, dun. I have an LG G2 I'll sell you. Look at that. LG G2. This is a nice phone. Really nice phone. I'll throw in a case. I'll throw in 2 cases. Even a charger and a box. It has Qi too. You can charge it just by clicking it. Click, click, click. I don't know, market price. Whatever market price is. I think it's $200. I see some new names in chat, so you guys hopefully jump into the forums. Byronimo, we've got a Control 4 section out there in home automation forums. So if you have a Control 4, please jump out there and educate us on it. Please. Oh, for the Dell. Oh, how much for the Dell? I don't know. The tablet itself is like 600. The keyboard I think you can get for 100. And honestly, I would take 4 for it in a heartbeat. I'd probably take less. I'd pay for a type cover. I wouldn't trade it for a type cover. 125 Control 4 devices. So do you mean like doors and windows and sensors and stuff? Is that what you mean? Byronimo, you need to be in my forum. I need that knowledge. That Control 4 knowledge. HomeAutomationForums.com. In fact, I've been meaning to see what's going on with my forward. It works. HAForums.com. Still forwards. If you like a cheaper, smaller URL, it's HAForums.com. I will do that. I'm just going to put that in the show notes, so I'll be able to remember it. I'm having fun in the home automation forums. Having a lot of fun. Byronimo, Dwayne27 there above you in chat. He's the one with the Iris system, the Lowe's Iris system. Wow. Jared302. Good to see you. Hopefully you're in the forums. Surveillance, yeah. I don't use the pen. I don't use it at all. Never did on the Surface 2, Pro 2. I think I would if it was on a Mini. I think I would if it was on a Mini. I use a lot of different softwares. I use I use Audacity to mix with. I use Soap to clean audio. I use Levelator to clean audio. I use. Oh, did you? Awesome. I use iTunes. I found iTunes has the best MP3 converter. It's crazy. I use a lot of different programs. A lot. I used to use a lot of video switching, where I would have different windows, and I could like a little television station where I could switch camera angles. I could join windows, and I'd love to be able to do that again. but I don't have a way, I don't have a means in which to take, like, if I'm talking with a co-host, I need their video to come into my system. I don't have a means in which to do that. I could probably do it with one. I have an HDMI capture card. I would have to have them on a separate system and run their video through HDMI into this system and see if I could get that video off in HD. I mean, I can do it in SD, but I want it in HD. That's a good tip. I hit the button all the time. It does flip around. A TriCaster would be awesome. That's what I need. That's what I need. Take in those. I just need a good video card. I mean, not a video card, but a good HDMI capture card. If I had a good HDMI capture card, then yeah, I could do that. The other thing is I explained this on my other podcasts. My desktop PC, my gaming PC, I turned into a server, and then so I'm using this box down here that I'm talking to you on as a Core i3. So I don't know how much video I'm going to be crunching with this little Core i3. I'll definitely have to go new Mobo, get a Core i7. I'd have to do something like that. But I could take be nice to call up someone on Skype and then take their video and suck it out of that machine and throw it, input it into this machine, and have it as a camera input on this. It's not called TriCaster, but a TriCaster software, and have that say source, source camera 1, and then me camera 2, and then mix that all together, and be able to switch back and forth. I love doing that. I love doing that. So, Baronimo, I just got a warranty replacement Surface Pro. Is there any reason to sell it and get a Pro 2? No. No, I see no reason to sell it and get a Pro 2. If you did anything, you would get a battery cover. Especially if you don't want a 3. The logical would be going from Surface Pro to 3. But if you have a brand new warranty replacement Pro, no, you wouldn't sell that to go Pro 2. The only reason you would is if you had a compelling reason to be on battery for a long time. But you can buy the battery cover if you need to do that. I thought about getting one. I looked on Craigslist, and there's a lot of Surface Originals and Pro 2s for sale. I thought about just repurchasing my whole rig. Thought about like lowballing somebody. They got it out there for like $700, $800. I thought I'll email them and offer them like $500. Take it all, cash. But I'm going Core i3, $699 Core i3. The Freedom Case. Yes, I remember the Freedom Case. I've got a Freedom Case on the way. I don't know if you bought one. So if you did, cool. Thanks for supporting those guys. If you didn't and you want to, I'm going to be reviewing it. Actually, I'm going to be reviewing it and I'm going to give it away at the meetup. So, Freedom Case. So you still have yet to receive it. So, well, maybe I'll get mine before you. Then you'll really be mad. It's supposed to be on the way. So I've got 2 cases on the way. So I can't remember which guy said what. So don't even have it anymore. Yeah. Can you send it? Oh, maybe you can send it back. Maybe it's gonna be hard to sell. That's gonna be hard to sell. Hey, mail it to me. I'll give it away. Hey, I'll let you use that for your entry. You don't have to buy the $20 ticket. Yeah, I know. That sucks. That business is kaput. You better have a Surface Pro 3 one pretty darn fast. I just don't like the things. I usually buy stuff like that to support it, even even if I don't like it or I don't want it. And my house is full of stuff that I've just bought, to support the ecosystem. That's what I do. Well, I think I should probably get out of here, guys. I've enjoyed talking with you guys. You should come to meetup. It's really a great time. It really is. Dwayne27 will be here, and you can give him hell. He just registered tonight. I saw him. He ponied up the $22. He's a good man. Dave buys everything I do. You don't even want to come in here. The things that you can't see surrounding me, especially server parts, hard drive parts. I've got stacks of drives everywhere. Just stacks and stacks and stacks. Okay. We're going to bed. You guys got to jump out there in the forums. And if you can, since you guys are my faithful, help me out on Home Automation Forums and SmartWareForums.com. Both of those are .coms. And YouTubers, thanks for watching. I'm sorry you had to watch this far. This has been a long show. You bought me lunch. I'll stay in the chat room. I want to turn the video off.